If someone said that I can have the keys to any car right now, this would be one of them. If money was no object or my numbers came in on the Euro Millions, this would make up one of the very many cars that I would have in my stable. But it isn't perfect.
The Dakar is a limited run car, so if you weren't deemed worthy to get an allocation, you have to settle for a second-hand one, which means you'll be paying overs. It's strictly a two-seater, just like a Cayman, and costs best part of £200,000 if you want to get your hands on one now. It's now in a long line of special limited edition 911s, such as the Sport Classic, which was a special Turbo S. Then we have the GT3 RS, which is the most track-focused 911. And of course, there's the ST, which is the most driver-focused 911. The Dakar isn't really the most anything.
Regardless, the 911 Dakar is the one that I would pick. The funny thing is, I've not even driven it yet.
For me, the Dakar is the most appealing out the bunch, and it's the only 911 to have off-road credentials, which is a niche we never thought we needed.
I don't want to sound too philosophical, but sometimes it isn't about what you drive. Sometimes it's about what drives you. What drives you to want to get up in the morning, get out of bed, attack the day, and chase your dreams. This is the sort of car where the journey, the destination, and the company all play a part. They all matter. In this video, I'll be explaining why this is the car for me. Get it? Dakar? Dakar for me. And to help me explain, what better place to take it than South Wales? Naturally, I wanted to squeeze as much driving out of the Dakar as I possibly could for the time that we have the vehicle. Understand it, experience it, live with it, and to get under its skin, as well as appreciate some beautiful scenery and see some amazing driving roads. All in the quest to find out if the Dakar is really as good as I think it is. We have a full tank of fuel. Porsche GB have kindly converted the Dakar into a one-bedroom flat, and really, there's only one thing left to do: head west.
We've got on the M4 to head to our first destination, Pendy Beach. Located along the southern coast of Wales is a stunning 7-mile stretch of firm, flat sand that has been associated with motorsport history. Known for its dramatic coastal scenery and unique natural features, Pendy Sands became famous in the 1920s and 30s as a prime location for setting land speed records. Its firm sands provided the perfect surface for high-speed runs, earning Pandy a lasting legacy in the world of motorsport. We thought it'd be an ideal location to take the Dakar due to its rich racing history, providing us with an opportunity to check out the tent and dip the toes of the Dakar into some sand.
So let's talk a little bit about the tool we have at our disposal. Everything the 911 touches, it seems at the moment, turns into gold. The 911s of new and old are a testament to what a great servant the nameplate 911 has been. For that reason, the Dakar is no exception. An out-and-out sports car competing and winning the ultimate off-road race, which is exactly what ended up happening with a specially developed 911 back in 1984. So what about the modern day Dakar? Well, it starts off life as a all-wheel drive GTS, which means that it has a 3-litre flat 6, developing 480 brake horsepower. Plenty of grunt, grip, and zip. Even still, with these ridiculous Pirelli off-road tyres, 0 to 62 mile an hour comes up in just 3.5 seconds. So a rich history, lots of heritage, and a know-how to build one of the best sports cars on sale today. What does that all equate to? A fast 911 with go-anywhere ability, which brings me to the first reasoning of why I love this car as much as I do. You see, Cayenne owners can go anywhere. Owners of 911 GTS can go fast. This can go fast anywhere. I am literally off-roading slash rallying in a 911. Never has anything felt so wrong, looked so right, yet been unbelievable fun in a Porsche 911, no less. Reason number 2, you can live out of your car. You cannot race a house, as I shall now demonstrate.
We thought the beach would be the right place to showcase the B&B qualities of the Dakar. However, once we reached Pendy Sands at the crack of dawn, the beach was shut. So we headed off to a local cafe where the mood amongst the filming crew was a little glum. I tried to lift the spirits with some coffee and a puzzle, and soon after we met a man from the community who knew a man who knew a man who could help us get onto the beach. After some haggling, we finally managed to get onto some sand where we would pitch the tent and discuss our plans for the next route.
As for my reason number 3 and why I wouldn't have the likes of a GT3 or a Sport Classic, for example, in this hypothetical scenario of which 911 I would own had I had a choice. They're absolutely wonderful cars, each in their own right. But take the GT3 for example. It's only a matter of time until the 992.2 version of the GT3 comes out, and it's just that bit better, that bit quicker, and that bit faster. Whereas in the Dakar, I don't feel the novelty wears away. It's not trying to be the best at any one thing. It's just a happy-go-lucky Labrador. Want to go fast? No problem. Want to go off-road? Even better. As for a 4th reason, well, the Dakar is able to take Fords like a duck to water. It's not afraid to get its hands and boots dirty when the rough roads come a-calling. Nor does it have any trouble navigating through these tight and twisty turns on the Welsh B road. Unsurprisingly, the driving dynamics are pretty spot on. The image of the car and the way it handles and the way you can attack the roads just don't match up. You have a beach buggy-esque 911, yet you can attack the corners incredibly aggressively, and the car just instills more and more confidence the harder you drive it. This press car is fitted with PDCC, and if you're unfamiliar with that particular acronym, it stands for Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control. It's a system which operates with active roll stabilization, which reduces lateral body movement and help corner in a more composed fashion. It also has the ability to mitigate lateral instability of the vehicle on uneven surfaces. In other words, potholes, uneven surfaces, hairpins and tight corners are light work for the Dakar. It's very sharp, it's very confident, and it's very composed. You wouldn't necessarily think it by just looking at it. In fact, my only reservation is just how much the tent box can withstand. The fun is limited to 40 miles an hour because the fun police have been here. And it does, on occasion, mean that you have to slow down for the local residents. Needless to say, can of course do the city thing too. We then arrive at the floor of the 911 Dakar, at least in my opinion. You see, in my mind, in my imagination, I own a 911 Dakar. I have one. I've been to very many places. I've got the memorabilia, I've got the been there, done there t-shirts. But in the same place, I'm met with sadness, the dampening of my spirits because of the price tag and the exclusivity of the Dakar. 2,500 pieces, all sold out, quicker than you can recite all the different iterations of the 911, which means the chances of owning one are very slim. You can't help but feel, as the years click on, that they're going to eventually end up in warehouses and not used in the way that they were intended. As for the people who do use them, well, they're probably going to want to keep them. I don't think what I'm saying will necessarily resonate with petrol heads, because I'm not a petrol head. Not in the traditional sense anyway. Give me a Porsche Dakar with a roof rack, a couple of jerry cans and some camping gear over a track day with a Lamborghini, for example. And that's just my preference. I'm just someone who loves and appreciates nice cars. Cars which have character. Sometimes it's the things that aren't tangible, which is why I was so confident about the Dakar before I ever even got behind the wheel. This car entices adventure, travel, go anywhere. You don't need a reason to drive, just go out and drive. And I love that. Go and create memories. Go and take your family on adventures. Put more seats in here. But I am never one to bring a problem without a solution. So here's my fix, Porsche. Keep the Dakar as your limited edition car, and instead continue to build this car in the guise of, say, a Carrera 4S. You know, help drive the cost down a bit. And instead of calling it a Dakar, call it the 911 Porsche Carrera 4S SUV. Because, ladies and gentlemen, here lies the true definition of a sports utility vehicle. Now, to stop further dampening my spirits, I'm going to head back to the beach. That's it for the 911 Dakar. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to get my Rush magazine, go in my tent, and I'll see you guys in the next one.